What does it take to be free? Find out in today's video. So picture this big bad criminal, incredibly strong guy like this over here. Yeah, gotta be careful these guys. But you gotta understand, you gotta think about some things. If you want to not to be hurt by this criminal, we got to think about a few things. First, we got to identify who the enemy is, right? Who is this person? Is it the guy dressed in dark clothes? Is he the one who's the criminal? Or is it the cat outside? Trying to figure out identify the criminal, identify him. Then look at the motive. Why are they doing what they're doing? Okay, in our scene here, he's trying to break in the house. Is he desperate to find food? Like he's really hungry? Or is he a criminal that is trying to steal things? Or maybe he's addicted to drugs and so he needs the money for... Try and figure out what the motive is. Next, figure out the process. In our case here, he's trying to break in and steal stuff, right? So what process is he going through? And then number 4, what is the goal? What's he trying to do? He's trying to take this stuff. Is he trying to, like we said, is he trying to eat it? Is he hungry? Is he trying to steal it, trying to sell it again? Looking at the whole process is going to help you. And it's really important to our study today as we continue going verse by verse through the book of Galatians. We're in Galatians chapter 5, verses 1 through 6. Chapter 5, verse 1 says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free, and do not be entangled again with a yoke of bondage." So he's actually given us an action, which is kind of nice sometimes. It's to stand fast. It's do something. Stand fast. You can be saved and still held captive. But he wants us to be free. But how are we made free? So the enemy wants to entangle us. He wants to trap us. He wants to hold us captive. So verse 2 says, "Indeed, I, Paul, say that if you become circumcised, Christ will profit you nothing." So he's saying the doing of stuff to fulfill the law is not going to make you better or worse to God. Verse 3, it goes on to say, "And I testify again to every man who becomes circumcised that he is a debtor to keep the whole law." In the Old Testament, people have went through it and they've looked at it and say there's basically 613 do's and don'ts of the Old Testament. Are you going to be able to follow all of these? If you start to say, I have to be following the law to be right with God, then the logic would say you'd have to follow the whole thing to be right with God. Verse 4 goes on to say, "You have become estranged from Christ," or distanced from Christ, "you who attempt to be justified by the law. You have fallen from grace." Can sin make us fall from grace? No, that's not what it... So many times we think about, oh, he's fallen from grace. That means he's started to sin and now he's left the fellowship and he's in trouble. That's actually not what this is talking about. Only the law can make you fall from grace. Only... So the Galatian church, they had heard what Paul preached about being saved by grace alone, through faith alone, in Christ alone. And then someone else came in and they started sharing the Christ and doctrine. You must be circumcised. Christ is good, but be circumcised as well. They were falling from grace. They were falling from Jesus taking care of it all on the cross. Verse 5, "For we, through the Spirit, eagerly wait for the hope of righteousness by faith." righteousness by faith. This is where it's all about. In the flesh, we're all a bunch of sinners. But His Spirit in us is what's yearning for the righteousness, the right standing with God. And that only comes through Christ, through Him in us. And so we can be positionally righteous, even though we're still in sinful flesh. Verse 6 finishes up here. For in Christ Jesus, neither circumcision nor uncircumcision avails anything, but faith working through love. So, the legalist can't wrap his head around the love of Christ, the love of the Father to the child. He truly wants to pick you up. He wants to provide everything for you to be righteous, to be right with God. He wants to give it all because He knows that you and I can't on our own. And so that's the encouragement today, is don't get stuck in law. Don't get stuck in the do's and the don'ts. Hold fast, be strong to the fact that Christ has done it all. I sure love you guys.